All right, we are back here, and this is Marie Waite. I am here with this beautiful Meredith Allan, and she is such an amazing marketing expert, branding, and she's also like a TV host on so many channels. So I'm so excited to have her here today. Meredith, how are you doing?
I'm great. It's super to be with you, Marie. It's always a joy to have a conversation with such a professional like you.
Oh, thank you. I am so blessed to meet you. And I remember we were at the Business Doctor TV show when
Yeah.
we first met, and I saw your energy right away. You were just amazing. I love it. I love how you communicate with people in social media and how you're sharing everything that you do. So I wanted to ask you if you can just help the audience understand what you do and how you can, I mean, what kind of services do you provide to people?
Well, thank you so much, first of all. I think it's been a long journey that began with a passion for just sharing stories. So I started out as a journalist, and in the art of journalism, it's this gift where we get to share what people are up to. And what I found was people love the stories. And as my career expanded, I worked on NBC and CBS, pretty much every network except for the WV through the years. I learned that the bad news, the sad news, a lot of what we're dealing with right now is not really what people want to hear. They want to hear people having wins. They want to know about companies that are expanding. And so, what I figured out after about a decade of anchoring newscasts and reporting is that that's not really where my heart was, in the deep nitty gritty of the news and fires and murders and things like that. So at the end of the day, I recognize that storytelling can really convert to engaging people and connection. And the way I help people and currently serve my clients is helping them understand that they're not just selling a product, that rather who they are, their background, their passion, and why they do what they do is what really connects. So I coach people all over the world on how to level up their image, their message, and make an impact and have a reach that is new to them. So for instance, I had a client who just had it spent a day with me. We did it via Zoom, and we mapped out half of a year for her, but we immediately sent out a press release. She has been featured on every single network except for, I believe, Fox. It was immediate she was picked up. And then 120 media outlets. And so she just had a banner week in sales that she's never had before. And it wasn't something magical that I did, but I think many people just don't know how to send out press or get coverage in multiple stations at one time. And sometimes they don't even know what to say if the opportunity arises. So what I do is actually really rewarding.
That was awesome, Meredith. I know that you are also celebrating a couple of things that happened for you. So can you share that information too?
Well, thank you. It's been a pretty cool year. I'm really focused again on my clients and return for them. But this wonderful thing happens when you truly deeply connect, when you're not putting on a front and the more genuine you are, I find, like even getting messy. Like right now, my hair is not perfect. Marie said, "Can you just do this? Come on, hop on." And I'm like, "What's the show? What are we doing?" People love it, is what I find. Like as long as something's not hanging off my nose, but if it was hanging off my nose, people would want to help. They would show up, right? And they would mess like, "I am so sorry that happened to you." They would feel my pain, right? So when you show up genuinely, it just seems like you make this beautiful connection. And so I've had this extraordinary, wonderful year with not only an explosion of new clients, but I've been featured on the cover of 2 national magazines this past
That
year.
was
So
amazing. Oh my
yeah.
gosh. Well,
And I think
congratulations.
it's just thank you. What's interesting is it's kind of sad. I lost my dad like 2 years ago, but man, would he be proud. Like they do when
Yeah.
you're on the cover, I didn't even know this. You get to do like an expose on your company, and then they go for pages talking about your life. I never thought that would be my whole thing is sharing other people's stories. So
Yeah.
it's been a wonderful ride. Thank you.
Well, another thing is because of you, you were able to connect me with David Corson, and I ended up going to Jacksonville, Florida. And I want to thank you so much for that, because the experience that I've had over there, it was great. I connected with so many people. I mean, it is the summit was about construction and
Yes.
a lot of the real estate retails, which is really an interesting experience for me because I've never been in that kind of market or environment where I get to understand what they were doing and what are important to them. And so, thank you so much, Meredith, for connecting me.
Well, I have to
That
tell you what
was
I
yeah,
loved about that was I got to meet your friends. And
yes,
you have these beautiful friends. And we were like, what people at home don't know is this was a summit created for people in that industry it's like sort of like a matching of investors with
yes,
vendors and things like that. But he's the publisher of a magazine as well. And David Corson made
that's
it
correct.
fun. We were like racing around in bumpers and speeding around in crazy scenarios. Beautiful fun. We went to a brewery, right? Well, for me,
Yes, I remember that.
yeah, but for me, Marie, like that's where the magic happens when you get to connect people with wonderful opportunities. My hope is always that I can just send an email, and I know you have a whole business around Fire Up connecting people. So
Yes.
like that, we share that passion for sure, and so it's definitely a joy to hear that. What it works sometimes that you make some good quality connections.
Yes,
I'm
well,
thankful.
in that event, they had about over 150 people. Am I right?
Yeah.
And yeah, and we did some car racing, right? Do you remember
Yes.
that? Oh my gosh, that was
So
so
many.
much fun.
Yes, like things I would never normally do. I mean, we were what was it?
There was like axe throwing.
Axe throwing. Thank you. I couldn't
Yes,
remember. How could I forget that we were throwing axes?
yes. Oh my God, and I would never know, think about doing that kind of
Exactly.
game. But
Yeah.
it was such a great experience. And there was another one. It was the game. It was a virtual
Oh,
or 3D game.
yeah. The 3D how do you say the virtual games? Yeah, we were literally you could play games, race. I mean, it was extraordinary, and I think that that's a compliment. David Corson is an innovator. If you've never met him or heard about him, I encourage you to Google and look it up. But he's also really interesting. He's the publisher of not one but two magazines, and one of the magazines I was on the cover of is Lead Up for Women. He is a backer. Like,
Wow.
what a cool dude investing in women in leadership. I love
Yeah.
that. You
That
know?
is awesome. And I'm all about, leadership. Also, I like people to really step up and think of themselves as, they have their own group of people that they can lead and help them, uplift their spirit, especially now,
Yes.
with being at home and, some of them have lost their jobs. I think for me personally, this is the time that I actually am doing really, really well with my business because I am reaching out to people and I'm creating more projects for me. I mean, it's incredible what I am experiencing, and I'm so glad that I'm connected with so many people, and even with you right now. We're talking on Zoom, one on one, and having so much fun. I
Yeah.
mean, when you're on the phone with someone, I mean, it's not the same as what we're doing right now because we are talking to each other. We're sharing our things that are happening in our life. We're celebrating together. At the same time, we're sharing it to the world, what we're doing. And it gives them a lot of ideas. It inspires them in terms of what they can do for themselves. And that's what I'm so happy about this whole format of communication. So
It's a gift. Yeah.
yeah. But I am so glad that you're doing all these things. Beautiful. So what is going on right now for your business? Do you have any specific goals for this year that you wanted to accomplish?
Thank you for asking. I have a mastermind that's quite popular right now, but I've really been thinking, wouldn't it be cool as things explode and you don't want to mess with things that are working, but one of the things that's really come up for me since this pandemic is taking care of yourself. When I notice that people play into the fear, they become literally unwell. It's not good for our mind or our body to sit in fear. It's not good to sit for too long, right? We have to get
Yes.
up and get moving. This is
True.
hilarious. So I've been running miles and miles. I literally hadn't run for a year, and suddenly it's like I woke up in the pandemic and I said, I think I'll go for a run. And just kept going like Forrest Gump, right? And I actually, like with you, you can tell my energy, like I feel so good. And I almost feel guilty. But the truth of the matter is, this is our time, Marie. I mean, people like you and I who really understand technology as leaders of the community and our lives, it's a responsibility that we get to teach people. So
Yes.
I am literally onboarding more clients than I can help, helping my colleagues understand that there's a new way to share their message, and that we literally have technology at our fingertips to join us. Tomorrow, for instance, this is unbelievable. A few colleagues of mine are leading 75 people through a full 2-day training online in leadership. Like full 2 days. Like
That is
it's
amazing.
happening. And we are going
Yeah.
to have breakthroughs and breakouts and things that, and did you know you can do breakout rooms on Zoom? So I can
Yes,
go with
I
my
do.
team. Yeah.
I've actually experienced that, and I'm actually also planning to do an online event, which because you remember I plan to have the Fire Up Real Estate Boot Camp on April 26th, right?
Yes, that's
But
right.
yeah, but I have to cancel it. So now I'm thinking about doing an online event, but it takes a lot of planning because you really need to have the right equipment and the right structure and the right lighting and the right reception for everything. So it's not just putting something just like that. There's
No.
planning involved.
Yeah, absolutely. In fact,
Yes.
tonight, one of the reasons I don't have that much long is I have afternoon filled with calls with the technical team to get
Yes.
ready tomorrow to be in excellence. Because when we have 75 people coming in from all over the world online, we have to be ready.
Yes, exactly.
But we get to really step up. And I have to say, just speaking into what you were talking about, the leadership portion, right now, the world needs more leaders. So we cannot slow down. We cannot, I mean, I'm not saying that we can't be present and enjoy a little bit of downtime, but it is our obligation to rise up and inspire people for what is possible. So I absolutely love your rigor, commitment, and your leadership for saying,
Thank
Meredith,
you.
I didn't even know what you were asking me to do today. I was like, whatever, I'll show up if I can make it work, Marie. Yes, thank you.
Well, to be honest with you, I admire you so much. You have such a beautiful heart and so generous and kind to me
Thank
and
you.
to the
Thank
people I
you.
know.
Yeah.
And that's why I thought about you and I said, I really wanted to connect with her. I wanted to make sure that, we're connecting and able to share ideas and help the community on whatever, we're doing. And that's the whole point, if people can see that we are energized and we're happy and we're prospering during this time, they can also do it, and they don't have any excuses that they can say they cannot do it too, right?
But it's so true. And the one tip I'll give to people who are feeling a little funky, or, I've heard a lot of stories because I do mentor and work with so many people in different backgrounds and different companies. There is a story looming around for people that now you cannot sell anything. That is so untrue. It couldn't be more
Yeah.
untrue, right? And actually, it's really all about the approach. If you feel icky, people are gonna like pick up on your ick.
Yeah.
But if you're literally like people like you and I who are so committed to serving and supporting others, that connects with people, and it's
Yes.
irresistible. If they need help, it's hard to say no to somebody who's offering to do that. And that's where I come from, and that's what I teach, is just be genuine, because people can sniff it out if you're just
Oh
kind of in a
yeah,
difficult
easily.
situation.
They can smell it, and they
Yeah.
they can really see it if you're faking it. I mean, everything that I do represents me, and I am as transparent as people can see me. They know exactly what I do. They know my passion. They know my commitment, and that's why I am able to work with so many people. And as same as you, because we don't have to really, you know. Come up with anything. It's just what we do. It's what our heart speaks. So
Exactly.
so it is. it is what people need to know about us and what they can do for themselves also. That's why I love this Zoom talk that we're doing right now.
Yeah, and before we run out of time, I'm sorry, I got so excited, I got sidetracked. I did want to share. We do, so like all of us have some cool things. Like I know you shared with me some wonderful things you do in the real estate community. You create TV shows. And one of the things that I really feel I'm good at is creating communities as well. But something that's come up for me, as I was saying, is like it's hit me that like we get to have fun. And it's not easy being at home so much, let's be honest,
Yes.
right? So I'm thinking of shifting and offering a new offering within my mastermind. And tell me if you enjoy this. I'm so excited about
Okay.
it. I'm going to add in my friend who has a company called Disco Wellness, and we are going to dance and work out like crazy. And my
Oh my.
community, yeah, because we need that, right? And my friend is just such a star, and she's a personal trainer, and we
Uh-huh.
are all missing our gyms. I don't know about you, but there's only so much running I'm going to do, and then you're literally going to see me turn into Forrest Gump and just be gone. I'm just going to keep going. So no, we get to break it up, right, and mix it up. So I'm incorporating this whole like, I usually focus, let's be honest, on marketing and business, and that's so important. But it's like, who are you taking care of yourself? And are you taking time to laugh with your friends, right?
I think that would be
So
awesome. I mean,
thank you.
so when you say disco wellness, are you gonna have some strobe lights and
Yes,
everything?
she has disco
Oh my
ball.
God. I would love to be a part of that. I can see it
Yes.
and I can have a very nice backdrop, and just having so much fun.
Yes, thank you. See, that's what I'm talking about. We get to have fun, and people need it now more than ever. So,
Okay.
yeah, so I think that's a really valid. So far, thank you for your feedback, and anybody who's watching, let me know. But like, I've been getting some good results with people who think it would be fun. So,
I think so too. I think that would be awesome to see. Well, I know that you have another event, another call to make this afternoon.
yeah,
We're trying to at least find a way for you and I to connect. But thank you so much for your time, Meredith. I really enjoyed talking to you. And hopefully, you and I can collaborate on other projects. As you know, we have the TV shows now. We are in Roku and YouTube and also NBC. If you are interested in your clients, whoever you're serving, you know, let me know if there's any way that you and I can work together.
I would love that, Marie. You're a
Yeah.
total professional. All things that you do, I love your creative spirit, and thank you for your leadership for putting something lovely like this together. I
All
appreciate
right.
it.
Sounds good. Have an amazing week, girl, and I will talk to you soon. Okay.
Talk to you soon.
All right. Bye.